And welcome to our first Halloween costume party of the spooky season. And we start right now. Ooh, spooky sloths. Ashley, how are you today?
I, I am good because it is officially spooky season, and that is my favorite time of the year. So I am good. How
Same,
are you?
same, same. I love me some Halloween. Could you explain why we are dressed so ridiculously?
Okay, so this whole month we're going to be doing costume parties for each episode, and so
Yep.
we're going to be in different costumes. And we had to start with our sloth snuggie costumes, and I'm going to explain a little bit about how we acquired these sloth outfits.
But
By
before
the
we
way,
do that, let's just show them the video.
okay, yeah, let's do that.
5 days later, now he's smelling your breath. Are you falling in love or is he plotting your death? Either way, he's really transformed himself. He's a whole new sloth if you couldn't tell. Saving for retirement, Roth sloth. High-rise apartment, he's a loft sloth. Decorating lattes, froth sloth. Cooking beef and noodles, stroganoff.
Ghost hunting can be a little tedious, so sometimes you gotta, like break up the tedium.
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about what you just saw. All right. So this investigation, year or two ago, I can't remember when we went on this one.
Yeah.
We can't say where it was because it was a confidential place, but it was a really cool place. But let's see, it was getting late one night, and the group. I hear your babies.
Yeah, they got excited.
The group sent us to go get snacks.
That's a
Okay.
bad idea.
Yeah, they sent Greg and I to go get snacks. So we go to Walmart. We get snacks, but we come back with our sloth snuggies. And so, because this was a location we were staying over all night, and I remember it was a little chilly, and so we were like, we're going to be snugly and warm and cozy tonight.
And we
And so,
were.
yes, so we found us some sloth snuggies, and we came back with snacks and our snuggies, and so our group was pretty impressed with.
Well, we didn't tell them, so we sort of hid the snuggies, and then when everyone was starting to get ready for bed, we just went in and changed real quick and came out, just walked out like nothing was happening. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
It's like 4 a.m. and here we come in our sloth snuggies. So our sloth snuggies are now like a staple of our.
And we can take them on any investigation if it's cold. Like we needed this at the amusement park.
Yes,
These would have come in very handy.
Yes, because these are really fun.
So what do we have in store for everyone today?
We are going to take a look at haunted viral videos. So videos that people post that, have gone kind of like viral and everything on social media that they claim or are like ghost captured on camera, paranormal things captured on camera. And so we're going to take a look at those and we're going to talk about them, see if we think they're real or fake, or, just see what we think.
We'll try not to do it in any kind of mean way, but we are going to watch the videos first, then we'll come back and we'll discuss them and talk about them and everything. So up first tonight, we have a video from TikTok. We'll watch the video. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
He's gonna really like these things. I know. I can't wait for him to get it. Just pack it like the way that you think it'll like fit in with the best. Like maybe, put some of this and then. Okay. Did you already put the cards in here? No, they're right there. Okay, you gotta put the cards in here? Yeah. And I got his address around here somewhere. Okay. Oh, we forgot the candy. Oh, no, yeah, don't forget the candy. The address is like, I have it on a little piece of paper right here. I know I got a picture of it on my cell phone too.
Okay, well, everything else looks nice, and
Yeah, yeah,
we'll put one more piece on top,
yeah.
just to make it.
Yeah, make it like all nice and pretty.
Yep, you're really gonna like this.
Oh, no.
What's going on?
Oh,
Oh, man.
all right, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, Mom. Come on, Mom. Come on, Mom.
All right, so that looked like a little poltergeist activity happening there. And of course, if you are in the chat, we would love to hear your opinions on some of these as we go through them.
And Jeremy
Ash-
is here. Jeremy says hello.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Um,
What do you think about the kitchen video?
So, anytime I see videos like this, I have a couple of questions that I ask. First of all, the people who post, I think the credit that the TikTok label or whatever, that's not the original poster. I don't know who the credit.
Right. I
the
don't think
original.
any of these are the original posters that we have.
And so, I ask the people themselves, like, what kind of social media do they have? Like, does their social media consist of like doing a lot of like trying to get views for haunted activity,
Right.
or are they posting just like living their everyday lives but experiencing a very haunted house on the side? So I'm like, how credible is it? Like, are they just trying to get views? Or and also, but one thing about this video, I try to like look around. It looked like, it's their security camera in their
Right,
house.
yeah.
And so you look around, I didn't see anybody under the table, but somebody would have had to been under the table to push the chair, because of the angle from like those two doors in the background. I'm sure stuff like that could easily be faked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I felt like in this one, the woman's reaction was a little bit more genuine than some that I've seen, because of the way she kind of yelled, and then it's like, they weren't expecting it. A lot of times I see videos where you can tell people are expecting whatever's about to happen. On this
Yeah.
one, I felt like her reaction was a little more genuine, but how trustworthy are they? I don't know, because I can't really research the original, post, the original people.
Right. And one of the things that we're going to run into as we watch these is sometimes if we don't know any kind of controls, if we don't know, like if it's a ghost hunting, clip, we don't know what controls are in place, what they do for debunking, so a lot of these you do have to take with a grain of salt. Now, I don't think the reaction, come on, mom, I don't, I'm not a big fan of that. So, watch it again and see what we think. But as we look at it, and I can go on and fast forward just a little bit to where the action starts. First, you're going to see the lights start flickering and all that, and that's when they sort of notice that something happens. And then all of a sudden the chair moves, and of course you can't see anything that's happening, but as far as like under the table. But I don't know. I sort of genuine reaction, but then towards the end it's sort of like, I don't know, it trails off into a little weird. So I'm not 100% convinced on this. I believe here comes the lights, and then boom, and come on mom, so I don't know, so the verdict's still out on that one.
That was a lot to happen
Yeah.
in a short period of time. The lights, the chair, and then the door.
Right.
Now, I know when we go on investigations, sometimes we'll have a series of things happening. And to me, usually when we have a series of things happen, that really helps you, understand that, like, if one thing happens, it's not, it can be brushed off as whatever. But when a series of things happen, then it's like, okay, something's going on here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work the way it does in that video.
Right,
That was a lot.
right. That's like
fast.
a lot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
hard to believe, but
yeah.
it's, I feel like I remember one time when I was living at the house that I lived in before this one, Jonathan was actually, and this was before I was with Tuscaloosa Paranormal. Jonathan was in Germany. He was like over there in Germany for like 6 months. And so it was, I was there when Paxton was a baby. My mom came over and we were all standing in the kitchen, just me and my mom and Paxton. And some stuff started happening, banging and everything. And my mom, she had more of the reaction of the daughter in that, because my mom starts, kind of freaking out. And I'm standing there like,
What's
not really
happening?
knowing what to do. And she's like, come on, we got to get out of here. And so, so I feel like the reaction of the mom and daughter, I feel like I've had that reaction before, but that we've both experienced so much paranormal stuff that when we see stuff like that, we're like, yeah, it's not usually how it goes. We've experienced a lot, and it's never like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I feel like it's plausible, though. It just
Right.
it could be faked, but this one I feel like it's plausible.
Right. So if someone would like to comment what they think, we call this one the kitchen video. So, just reference the kitchen video, tell us, or if you're the poster, if you're the one that made this, can tell us, anything about it. Like most of these, a couple of these I have researched, a couple of these I have seen before. So that's why I chose them. This is one that I hadn't seen before. So this one was brand new to me. Now the next one we have is called, we're going to refer to this one as the bedroom video. So next is the bedroom video. So let's take a look. Well, I don't know about you, but it said it was disturbing, and I was disturbed. Now this one, I've got a lot of questions. And when I watch a video like this, and of course, we're going to refer to this one as the bedroom video. So if you have any comments or ideas or anything, refer to it as the bedroom video. That one was a little sus. Number one, why is there a camera there? I know there's a bed, but there's a baby crib, but why is there, camera placement is a little odd. What do you think?
I do have some thoughts on the camera placement. So like the house that I was just now talking about, when Jonathan was living in Germany, we were having some paranormal activity at that house, and we, especially like in the bedroom, because at one time my cousin Tracy was living with me while he was gone, and we would hear stuff come in from that room when nobody would be in there, like the main bedroom, and then when I would this is where I would sleep, and I'd keep Paxton in his little crib in there, and stuff would actually move, like stuff would get thrown off of like the dresser or whatever. And so we actually put up a security camera in there, and to try to capture some of the stuff that was happening. And so, it might seem weird to put up a camera kind of in that way, but honestly, I've done that before. Right. And also because Paxton's crib was in there, so I would be able to watch him when he would be asleep. And I wouldn't be in there. I could like monitor
Mhm.
him through that camera. But this video itself, like you said, it's definitely sus because
Yeah.
it's
Well, to me,
one of the
it's not the camera in there because I totally get having a camera. It's the position of the camera, where the camera is actually located. You know, it's a little strange to me. I don't know. If you're a
Well-
parent, I'm not a parent, so if you're a parent, you know that may be normal, but I don't
yeah.
know. What
So
other thoughts do you have on this one?
one of the first things that I noticed was the way that the covers were tugged over to the side. So it's like that placement of they were kind of like pulled over to the side a little bit. When the covers first start moving, you can tell there's a point
A point,
that
yeah.
it's being pulled from.
Mhm.
So usually, you know, I feel like a ghost would move covers. If they move covers back, they're going to do it the way that a person would.
Yeah.
But you can tell there's one little point where it starts sliding from. You can tell
Yeah.
something's pulling it.
Right. Instead
So-
of pushing it. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I can see that.
and then the growl is totally fake.
Oh, the growl got me. The growl was like, it was like,
Mhm.
okay, this is cool. This is cool. Oh no, they had to put the growl in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was way too cliche of a growl. That
Yeah.
I was like,
That one-
they were gonna add that. That was like, eh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and label this one a little suspect, a little sus.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the next one we have is actually one that I really like, even though I can see some things in it. We're gonna refer to this one as the hospital video, and this is a video I believe in Brazil or Portugal, I believe. But it's a pretty good one, and I've watched it several times, and we'll see what you think.
Ah, no mames,
¿Qué?
pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo,
Se mueve, ya se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
All right, so that is, I do like this video, even though, number one, quality. Quality is always the first red flag. If it looks like it's been filmed with a potato, then that's always first thing. The only thing about it though is the reactions do seem a little bit more genuine than in some that I've seen, but also there's so many opportunities in this video for a jump scare. Or not jump scare, jump cut. So, for example, we see them, here, and then there goes the figure, and over here, boom. So easy for a jump cut. First, number one. If you look, the camera goes in the opposite direction of where the action happened. So
Yeah.
when they're here, they open the door. And instead of the camera following where the figure would be, the camera goes backwards. So the camera goes to the other side. So take a look there. So they walk in. Here comes the figure. But instead of following that figure with the camera, they walk in and the camera goes to the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Over
That right
Yeah,
there.
right there. And then over
Yeah.
there. And that's such
The
an easy jump
opportunity.
cut. Yeah, big time.
And if you saw something walk by, you would immediately go in there and turn to where you saw it go.
Where you saw it go. Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's like almost like ghost hunting 101. You follow with the camera. So
So he gave his friend an opportunity to squeeze on by behind him and get out
Right.
to make it look like everybody was
Right.
in there.
and you see that a lot.
watching Yeah. And I watched that one right before we did this. I had never seen it before.
Mhm.
And I too, at first I was like, okay, this one seems a little bit more genuine because, he's filming that girl. I didn't know what they were saying, but
Right.
and the person walks by, which it doesn't look anything paranormal, it just looks like a normal person walking by. But watching it this time, and I pay attention to the camera angle that he
Mhm.
turns the phone and everything. It's like, yeah, that right there. To me, that kind of shows that it was faked. The fact that it's obvious he was giving someone time to kind of scooch on by.
Yeah, then when it goes back, the the momentum already of the walker or whatever's there is sort of
Yeah.
like, he pulled that, or it could have been, fishing line is Ghost Baker's best friend. That,
Yeah.
when I first saw it, the very first time I saw it, which was probably years ago, that one's an old clip.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. But I, just like you just saw it for the first time tonight, and the more I watched it, I'm like, yeah, that's a little too convenient. Which is the
Yeah.
problem with some of these that we're looking at tonight is the convenience factor. And but now again, that's called the hospital video. So if you have thoughts or if you have anything to say about that, refer to the hospital video. Now, the
Mhm.
next one is the hotel video, and I have seen this one going around for several years.
Mhm.
And it's claimed to be recorded at the Cecil Hotel. Now, the Cecil Hotel is famous for crime. It's famous for, several things, uh, but it's also, unfortunately, very famous for the Lisa Lam case. So the Lisa Lam case, I'm not going to show the video of her getting into the elevator, but she got into the elevator and just acted very strange. Got in, got out, walked around, got back in, got back out, and she disappeared. And for a long time, the case was, unsolved, and people thought with the way she was acting that was paranormal. And then eventually the hotel guests started sort of tasting something funny in the water,
Oh.
and it got worse.
Uh-huh.
And someone went up to the cisterns that are upstairs, the big reservoirs, the water reservoir, and
Yeah.
they found her. So she had
Oh.
jumped in and, of course, couldn't get out, drowned, and started decomposing. And it is a horrible case. It's a sad case, but it came to find out she was not on her meds. And, it's just a very, sad case.
Mhm.
But the video we're about to watch is claimed to be from the Cecil Hotel. But we're just going to watch it and see what you think. Because I don't know if you've seen this one yet, but let's take a look.
This is the scariest video on the internet.
Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room, and I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room, correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police, so I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick, just check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on.
All right. What are your thoughts on the hotel video?
First of all, I remember hearing about what happened to her. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, but I remember hearing that story. I've seen this video before, and I believe I've seen it on one of those debunking shows, like Fact or Faked or something like that. I think I've seen it on there where they debunked it. But this one, like you said, it's been going around for a while. I remember seeing it a few times.
Well, when we first, came up with the idea of this particular episode, that's the first one that I thought of. I'm like, oh, I want to do this one. Number one, absolute number one, that weird camera placement. I mean, that's not a place you would put a camera. And I've heard someone say, oh, but the camera will like tilt and zoom. It's like, still, it's way up above where a camera would be. It's just, the placement is so weird. And, you may be able to zoom on a door or something. But what do you think about what are your thoughts?
Yeah, if you're gonna put a security camera up for security reasons, you want to try to cover as much area as you can,
Right.
and that would concentrate on that one door. But instead, you would want one that covers the whole hallway.
Right.
And I saw they do have one angle that covers one side of the hallway, but you would want like this camera to cover the other part of the hallway. It wouldn't be on one door, so why would they put that there?
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. It's who was that guy? Is he like a legit like security
I
guard or
think he was
something?
like, supposedly he is a security guard there. And they said when they came in, the room was destroyed, like furniture turned over, TV turned over and everything. But there's absolutely no proof of that. No camera, no pictures. If they call the police would take pictures. There's there's nothing to crawl. Also the sounds, the noises. The noises were very much pre-recorded stuff, it sounded like. But
Yeah.
let's talk about the misty elephant in the room. That wonderful spirit that walks out, which is straight up was it studio, not Photoshop, but it's
CGI or whatever.
That's even like before good CGI, I think. It
Yeah.
was just straight up just no. We've seen apparitions and that's nothing like, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
convinced. When you break things down to number one, why? And I don't really think that's the Cecil Hotel, actually. I don't have pictures of the inside of the Cecil Hotel, but they claim it's Cecil Hotel, but is it Cecil Hotel? So that one is 100. And I don't want to be like, oh, everything anyone else catches is fake, and only our stuff is genuine. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of things that have made me think from other paranormal groups, other just viral videos. But I've seen some that's like, I think you need to put a little bit more work in. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound like
Yes.
egocentric and everything anyone else does is just totally fake.
Well, the problem is there's so many people faking stuff out there.
Right.
But there are some videos that and I wish I could have found some before this, but there are some that I've seen that it's like the people have no other paranormal content on their social media. They just
Right.
post normal content, but then they post a video being like, help me explain this. Like you can tell when they're genuine and wanting,
Right.
experiencing something that's making them uncomfortable or scared or whatever. But I don't know that the little misty blob thing. Like I probably would have believed this video a little bit more if it hadn't been for that little ghost blob at the end. But that hotel, like I wouldn't doubt that hotel itself being haunted, because just if it has all that history and everything and tragedy and all that, I'm sure it's haunted.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like you said, the what sealed its fate in my brain is this weird blobby, very superimposed. Yeah. So, that one, I'm just going to stamp that one as faked for views. And yeah, so even though I would love to, and I would love to investigate Cecil Hotel. That would be a dream come true. That would be amazing. Now,
Yeah.
before I pass judgment on this next one, this one is the other one that I thought immediately of when we talked about doing this episode. And it's from Carmel, Maine. And like you said, some people's YouTubes or TikToks are literally just the same stuff, paranormal activity in my house. Take a look at this one, see what you think. right. What do you think of Carmel, Maine?
Well, I have a couple of questions. So, was that all at the same location?
Yeah, all that is the same location. His house. Okay, so the story that he tells is that his house was once a funeral home, and it was a funeral home from the 1900s. From early 1900s to mid 1900s, and then he bought it, and things are happening left and right. Which we have investigated funeral homes, and we did have stuff happening left and right. But what do you think?
Uh, so is he part of a paranormal group, like a reputable group, or is he just
No.
he just makes videos
He
like
just makes
this?
videos, right. From what I've seen. Now, I'm not an authority, but from what I've seen, it's just his channel is just paranormal, stuff from his
Yeah.
house.
So the first thing, yeah, I would want to do myself is like research a little bit more about him and if he's trustworthy and everything. The part where it showed the thing over the stairs, it kind of reminded me of that famous picture from Ed and Lorraine
Amityville, yeah.
Warren, yeah,
Mhm.
from Amityville, which I won't go into all of that, but like it's like
We will one
that,
day.
yeah. So you know, uh, a lot of that it could be real. How trustworthy
Mhm.
is all of that? Everything that was shown can easily be faked and
Yeah.
be debunked, but it also could actually be real. It looks like he captures a lot of stuff on camera, and that's actually very rare to catch such activity on camera. And why did he have? Okay, so how did he know to put the camera on the window?
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's like now the way he does it, he just walks around with his camera and will walk in the room. There's an apparition, and stuff like that. Now
Mhm.
this one, I'm sorry. In my opinion, this is just straight up. He draped a towel over the over the
Mhm.
camera, and and that's what he got. So to me, this is just a towel draped over the window, and then he pulls it from under the bed. It disappears under the bed, and then he um runs up and looks under in one of the other videos. Now this one, to me, I'm running it back just a little bit. This again, who knows?
Mhm.
Who knows? That's just a blob. It could be someone else. He just sort of walks into the room with a camera, and boom, there's a apparition sitting on his bed, dressed in black. So the
Yeah.
convenience of it, the convenience of it is very, very, very suspect to me. And
Well,
as you go,
well, I was just gonna say, when we were at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, we would have activity that would happen around that room. What was it, 307?
right,
And which there's so many claims with that particular room, and we had already experienced something there the night, and we knew to put a camera on on that
right,
door,
right.
and that's when we got the camera moving by itself.
Mhm.
But that right there is even just so rare, but it's like we had a reason to put the camera there.
Right,
And
right.
so I'm curious as to if he had a reason to put the camera in certain places, but there's just too much in that very beginning thing that obviously that that doesn't happen. That's something that happens in the movies.
Right, right.
And
And
true, paranormal investigators know that that's not how it goes
so
for
we're
us.
sitting there watching these going, that's not how it works. That's not how
Yeah,
any of this works.
yeah.
And
It'd be
again, I don't
cool.
want to be, I don't want to, come off as insensitive or, a non-believer. I'm skeptic. I have to be skeptic as part of what we do. You cannot go into a paranormal investigation or watch paranormal shows or, watch evidences with your brain so open that your mind's going to fall out. So, you got to be skeptic.
Yeah.
And of Carmel, Maine, I'm sorry, I'm very skeptic. Very.
But I will say we've investigated old funeral homes
Mhm.
before, and you would think that's not a place that would be super haunted, but one of the most haunted places we've been was a funeral home.
Yeah, and it was
So
actually
full body
scary.
apparitions there. Yeah, it was really scary.
It was
There
scary.
were growls.
Yeah.
There was growls. There was
Right, I
full
remember that.
body apparitions. There was
Mhm.
a lot of stuff happening. So you never know. I mean, it
Who
could
knows?
be.
And of course, you can have some people that are faking stuff that may actually capture something that might be a little bit genuine. I didn't
Yeah.
see it here, but maybe a little bit. All right.
Mhm.
Now the next one is an urban explorer, or claims to be an urban explorer, and it's in Arabic. I believe this is Saudi Arabia, and he goes through old abandoned buildings. But it just so happens that every time he goes through an old abandoned building, paranormal stuff happens, and they call it a jinn. So he's not jinn hunting, but he runs into jinns everywhere he goes. But they are entertaining. Now these are, and they are pretty scary. I do actually enjoy these videos. Authenticity, not so sure, but I do enjoy his videos. They are entertaining. So let's take a look.
كل هذا كله بسم الله لا اله الا الله اعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله لا 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 لا, لا يا جماعه لا 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 لا, لا. يا جماعه انا ماني قادر من ريحه الكلب والله العظيم انتم عزكم الله لا اله الا الله اعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق اعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا 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 لا, لا. والله العظيم ماني قادر من الريحه يا جماعه استغفر الله ربي وأجل.
All right, so that's a lot. That's a lot
And I
going
gotta
on.
say, David is watching.
Hey, David.
So, David, you having flashbacks for sloth snuggies?
We walked out. David's like, "What are they doing?" All right, so I've seen several of his videos, and like I said, all of them are super entertaining. I actually enjoy watching them. I'm not sure about the authenticity, but I will say that's a lot happening in one building. But Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, on one investigation, we had actually similar stuff. I can't speak today. Similar stuff happening that made us leave the hospital around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and head straight back from Tennessee to Birmingham. We drove all the way back in a little caravan. We did a strategic exit. It started, I don't know if I've told this story here, but it started around noon. We had locked up the hospital, gone to eat, came back, and one of the investigators noticed that a pair of jeans that she had draped over her shower area were crumpled up and thrown into a corner. And she was like, I did not do this. They got wet yesterday because of, the water not working right. And she draped them over to dry, and then she came back and they were thrown in. So she thought one of us would have come in there. So we all immediately went to our rooms and checked. I had like $40-something in cash on my bunk, and it was fine. Nothing had been touched. None of our gear was missing. We called the people that were over it. They said, no, we haven't been there all day. We did notice that one of the doors was closed that was previously open, and we looked through our photos, and sure enough, it had been open. None of us had closed it. So we went about our investigation, and as you know, Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, you get just as much stuff happening during the day as you get at night. It's active 24 hours a day. So it got night, it got a little quiet, but then all of a sudden around 1 or 2, we started hearing running, we started hearing voices, and you got to realize at this point there was only electricity in the nurses' station. When you go into emergency, then you go down the hall, you go down the hall again. That's the only place that had electricity. So there's no electricity in the rest of the entire hospital. But we're hearing running, but we're not seeing flashlights. And this is pitch black. We're hearing banging. We're hearing doors. One of the doors, cafeteria-style doors, was banging so hard that the lock on it was going toot, 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 toot. Nobody was behind the door. There's no flashlights. There's no laughing. It's just this door, and it's not wind. because these
Mhm.
hallways, it's not airtight, but that's not wind. There was no, storms or anything out. And it got to the point that we were not sure whether it was paranormal or whether it was people. But
Mhm.
I don't see how it could have been people. So we literally got all of our gear to down the other hall, packed it up, and we left. We went straight back to Birmingham. And that's only happened one time in 17 years of investigating that we've been run out of a place, but we have had similar experiences to that.
Think about though, like you said, that's only happened one time, and
Mhm.
all the time that y'all been doing this. So my question for the guy who posted that video is, if he has constant videos like that,
Right, yeah.
the chances are he's probably faking it. But if that was like a once in a lifetime catch, then it would be a little bit more believable.
Right.
Whoever, if it was faked, whoever was doing the knocking and like the moving stuff and everything, they were moving
They're
fast.
moving fast, very fast. Now, in
What
a lot of
happened?
his videos, he captures entities, like walking through and all that. And some of them are like slow motion, and you can sort of tell it's just someone in makeup, But this was one of my favorite ones, and like I said, entertaining as it can be. I thoroughly enjoy it. They're spooky, but as
Yeah.
far as authenticity, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of videos out there that I enjoy watching, because if you want a good late night, something to creep you out, watch
Yeah.
some of these videos. But when they try to pass it off as real, though, and it's not, then
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not gonna watch that. But and I feel like if somebody's gonna fake one thing, then all of it's probably
Yeah,
faked. It's like,
unfortunately.
yeah. But that when I saw that video, I actually thought about y'all's story at Old South Pittsburgh
Mhm.
Hospital, because I wasn't there, but I know y'all talked about that, and that so I know stuff like that can happen. It's rare to get that level of activity.
Right. In one
So
spot at one time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coming up next, we've got, and again, this is called Arabic video, because it's in Arabic and Saudi Arabia. So refer to that as the Arabic video. And next, we have just a couple of compilation videos that we found on TikTok. So just a couple of, it's not by the same person or the same creator. So it's just a couple of compilation videos with several things happening. So let's take a look at the first one.
Vocês esperaram pra festa aí, né, mano? Meu Deus do céu, que porra é essa, velho? Mano, eu vi uma coisa aqui, Thiago. Tem uma coisa aqui, velho. Tô falando sério, cara. Tô falando sério. Vem aqui comigo, cara. Eu vi uma coisa assim, cara. Maluco. Maluco. Eu vou...
Astaghfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. Astaghfirullahaladzim, Allah.
I love the ending.
That little last clip with the ghost in the car tank. That first one, though, when I watched it, that first one gave me a little bit of a heart attack.
Yeah.
When it goes to the bathroom and that face up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that right there, I wasn't expecting it. And I mean, obviously it's fake, but it's for entertainment purposes.
Right.
That's the kind that you watch when you want to have a good creeped
Yeah,
out,
exactly. And they're fun.
moment.
And like the jump scare is great. So that jump scare is in there. Now,
that one definitely got me.
yeah. So that one, it's a great jump scare. Now, is it real? I have my doubts.
No.
All right. Now, this next one, my first thought is, why are you just randomly recording someone going to the refrigerator?
Yeah.
So here we go, going to the refrigerator, and there we go. There's the spooky thing, and then the camera shake, the obligatory,
Yeah.
One of my things when I watch these videos is when I see them like not overreacting, but the heavy breathing is always one that just gets to me every single time. All right, and
when I get really freaked out, I kind of talk.
Yeah.
And so if you ever see me kind of like,
Oh, I've seen you.
that's
Yeah.
when I really get freaked out, when I cannot talk.
Yeah, exactly. And this one, where could be a ghost hunter, don't know. You see this, and like, is that real? Is it a person? And then they are gone. So that one, that's pretty interesting. Now this one, the best one I've ever seen in my life. I think this 100% real. Boom! I'm scared.
Demon.
Demon. Yeah, demon. It's a demon. Yeah. So that one again, you've got great entertainment value, but
yeah, those are fun to watch.
yeah, they're fun. They're very fun. All right. Next, we have another little compilation here, which, yeah, see for yourself.
Oh, no, don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Oh, no, don't like it. What the fuck? Hell no! Hey! Get out!
I believe every one of them. Those are 100% real. You cannot convince me otherwise. That one was fun. I've seen the peeking over the shower curtain one before, and the acting is great. The acting is great.
Yeah. And those are obviously edited. Those you get with green screen and stuff. That's all edited. But
like boom.
Yeah.
But notice she picks the camera up and goes the opposite direction. The camera does not go to the shower, because if you went to the shower, you see the guy that ducked back behind the view. So
yeah,
you can't ruin it that way. But yeah, that's my favorite thing. But the best one that's in this entire thing is this one. Look how real those fingers are. Isn't that spooky?
And on one side, they're going into the head.
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Can you imagine doing the Estes method and fingers coming out of your hair like that, rubbing your face as you're doing the blindfold method?
Now I have felt fingers on my face before, but not quite that visible. And yeah,
that's The Grudge. That right there is from the Grudge movie.
From the Grudge, exactly. Now again, acting is wonderful. Love it.
Yeah.
Right, now this one is boom, and it's a creeper, shadow figure. This one's pretty cool. I don't hate it. He's like, "Yep, I'm done. We're gone. We're out of here."
Something questionable on the floor, but
yeah.
And then doggy. Doggy's the best part.
Did he leave the doggy?
Yes.
Don't
but
leave
they
the
do
doggy.
that so they can act like the dog got taken, because they're like,
oh no. And this one is the best acting. This
I'm
one
gonna tell you
deserves the Oscar.
If we ever caught a ghost that looked like that on camera, we would hit it big time.
Oh yeah. We would have our own TV show. We would have it all. That is the brick going through the window.
Yeah. I think I would quit. I would quit ghost hunting if I saw that.
Exactly. It's like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch to Disney content.
Yes.
We already got the mess. So.
Yeah.
Disney, call us.
Adorable.
But that was our delve into haunted viral videos, fact or fiction, and we are going to do this again because this was fun to set up. It was fun to watch. Again, if you are watching and you want to send us some of these, please feel free to send them. We will be doing more serious, more serious like debunking episodes and everything like that. But this is fun. This is Halloween season. We're having a great time. We're dressed for the occasion. So,
and also, if you're in our group on Facebook, Crash Media Paranormal private group, post pictures in your like past Halloween costumes, and we're going to share them on here because we want to have a costume party all month long. So we're going to be doing different costumes each episode. And so, yeah.
Maybe funny, maybe spooky, but either way, it's going to be great.
Yeah, we got some good ones planned.
Exactly. And if you have any comments on any of the videos that you saw today, please leave them. We would love to hear from you, and we hope to see you back in a week. All right. Ashley, have a wonderful night, and everybody out there, thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you very soon.
I gotta put my sloth on. So
adios. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos or want to be a part of our live investigations, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you have any ideas for future investigations or want to share your own paranormal encounters, please feel free to leave a comment or send an email to crashmediaparanormal@gmail.com.